Greetings and blessings. Crawford Ashley here, the spiritual boxer, and I'm going to be talking about boxing again, as I always do. And Bivol and Canelo fight. Well, as most people know, I'm not really a fan of Canelo. There's something about him I wasn't keen on, especially with the drugs incident and that. But boxing's weird. It's a control game, and Bivol controlled every aspect in that fight. He even controlled his ego. He had Canelo on the ropes, he hit him with 5-6 punch combination, then went back to the middle of the ring and waited for Canelo to come off the ropes. Canelo called him back in, he called him out. He'd already won that round now. All he has to do is stay away from him, and the rounds is. He didn't want to go in and try and finish it, blow himself out, get caught with one. You know, so you got to be very careful with some people. And I would just move his feet, just out of range, back, and then pop, pop, pop with the jab. The basics and fundamentals. The basics and fundamentals, and no matter how hard somebody like Canelo can hit, it don't make no difference, because if you're a boxer, you're not meant to get hit. And that's what Bivol showed. You know, he's a Canelo were great, not in my eyes. See, I thought Callum Smith would have done the same job because he had a good jab, but it seemed like the occasion must have got to him. And another thing is that having that self-belief in your ability, no matter what other people say, you know what you're capable of. And Bivol never doubted himself, and there was no need to doubt himself, because like I say, I thought he made the fight look easy, boxed his head off. That's what boxing's about. Get behind that jab, work the jab, throw your punches in bunches, work off the back foot, learn to fight off the back foot. You can go forward, you know what I mean? He could fight off the back foot, he could fight on the front foot. And it just out of range, and when you were taking a shot, or if you got caught with a shot, you were going backwards. And if you listen to the one I did yesterday, I think it was, I wasn't talking about the fight, I was talking about boxing and how to use the jab, how to keep it at range with the jab. It's everything. I'm glad it's coming back in, because like I said, I teach technique. I don't teach fitness. I'm not interested in that side of boxing. I'm just interested in the boxing technique and the skill and the understanding of not getting hit. You make them miss, you make them pay. You get it with one, you got to come back with 2 and 3. They're the sort of like basics and fundamentals that aren't taught. And to become a great, they're the ones, that's the underlying thing you need to have, movement in your feet. And I think a lot of it's done with the boxing gyms and boxing clubs now. They have too many bags. And you'll have 2 or 3 kids round a bag, and all they can do is stand there, and they don't move. And it's like shadow boxing. Where do the shadow box? In front of the mirror. And they just stood there doing these things. The feet aren't moving. If you look at all the tapes that I do and all the videos I do, we all start off skipping, getting the movement in your feet, getting the flexibility in the ankles. Then we go into shadow boxing and we're moving around the ring. That's the first thing we do, is move. We don't even throw punches, they move. They're on the toes, they're moving everywhere, they're just gliding around the ring, having the feel for it. Then I bring in where you're jabbing. Jabbing going backwards, you're not going forwards yet. We haven't even started going forwards, just jabbing moving backwards. See, they're the basics and the fundamentals. Give yourself room, jab. Give yourself room, jab. The jab is the key, it opens the door. So you want to work the basics and fundamentals and then put your slant on them. I mean, your little style, your little bit of finesse to it, your little bit of flair. And like with Theo, I've teached him. I have taught, I don't know what the word is, I taught. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for now. Anyway, one of them things, I show him the different range, different places to throw the jab from, there and down. Relax it, have it, flick it. Because you need to have different ones in different scenarios and in different parts of the round. You know what I mean? Don't just stick to one place, but make sure your feet are good and your jab's good. Anyway, that's said and done. I've been thinking about getting a stable together of fighters and have it under like a management team. So all their job is to do is to train, get sponsors to help them. And I believe within 5 years we'll have some world champions. I know Theo will be with the right team behind him. Easy within 5 years he'll be a world champion. But that's just me. But he's got the basics down now. Now he just needs the experience in the fights, which is coming up. He's fighting an experienced kid on the 27th. He's had 10 fights, won 5. Theo's had 5 fights and won 5, so that'll be a good fight for him. But I don't think it will, basically. I don't even know what the kid's like, I'm not interested. And people might think that's callous, but no. What I teach, I teach people to have the tools to do the job. So when they go in the ring, they can do the job. I can't give somebody that confidence, that self-belief. That's something that they have to have. You don't have to be cocky with it, you just have to have that self-belief. Just like Bivol, he had that self-belief. He didn't care what anybody else thought. He knew he could beat Canelo. And he did. And was it an upset? Not in his eyes. You know, it's like he could see things that all these so-called experts couldn't see. What was it? Yeah, he knew he had the tools to do the job. Whatever Canelo came with, he knew he had the tools. And that's it. And then you can get into the ring confident knowing you've got the tools. And the crowd and the occasion doesn't come into it. Because when you're in the ring, you're at home. And when you're in that moment, the only thing you got to worry about is what's in front of you. And deal with it and take care of it. So when they say the crowd come into it, not for me, and not for a few fighters it don't. And that's what I'm trying to instill into the people I'm training. That the ring's your home, you're going home no matter what the crowd's like outside. It could be hostile, it could be for you. You've got to control all your emotions, everything when you're in that ring and do the job, which is to beat the man in front of you. Hit the man more times than he hits you. That's that simple. Anyway, if you feel like you'd like to train or do some sessions with me, you know what I mean? I don't mind if you've never boxed before or if you've had 1,000 fights, it don't make no difference. You can always learn something. And yeah, if you've got a club, an amateur club, and you want me to come and give a talk to the amateurs, because I won schoolboy title twice and 2 junior ABA championships, so I also understand the amateur game and how corrupt it is. And now you got to remember, your performance is what matters to you, not to the judges. I've seen kids win fights easy and not get the decision because the judges didn't like the club they were from or they didn't like a trainer. It's very pathetic with the officials in the amateurs. So that's me and the amateurs and the pro games. Kind of a bit sad as well, but hopefully there's going to be a change in that and we're going to see better fights. You know, none of these crap undercards with that, I can't remember who fought, Tyson Fury and Dillian White. The undercard on there was very poor, but that's Frank Warren for you. That's me for today, and if you like the vibe, please subscribe. My email's down below if you want tickets or if you want to get in touch for a session or if you want to train me. We could always have a talk and discuss it. Anyway, till next time, bye.